Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're to talk about the movie The Monkey. It is a horror film that is the newest to come from director Osgood Perkins, who gave us Longlegs, which was quite the remarkable film that released last year. After Longlegs did so great among word of mouth and in box office numbers, this new movie dropped its full first trailer sometime last year, and I couldn't be any more hyped up for it. Is it any good? Well, let's talk about it. The movie story follows when twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic. A series of deaths start. The siblings then decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. I may be in the minority, but I thought the movie was just okay at the most. It's a mixed bag of sorts of things I liked and other stuff that didn't quite sit right with me. So I guess you could say that the movie just balances itself out right at the midpoint. I'll talk about its issues later, but right now I do want to talk about the good things the movie does have to offer. That includes its visually stunning cinematography, the over-the-top gruesome deaths, some great laugh-out-loud moments, and also has some great acting as well. Visually speaking, this movie is absolutely stunning to look at. It's visually stylish on capturing just how horrifying this evil toy monkey is. The movie amazingly shows it off. On top of that, the movie makes great use of lighting and shadow to capture the true essence of foreboding horror. There's a lot of great shots that's beautifully captured on camera with some great use of framing and composition. To say that this is a great looking movie is quite the understatement. As an art house version of Final Destination, obviously the best thing about this movie is going to be the many creatively gruesome death scenes. They're all absurdly over the top and downright gross, but it really made the movie actually somewhat enjoyable to watch. This film is not afraid to get its hands dirty because it does get very grotesque. It does present some deaths in a humorous way, which leads me to my next topic. For a movie like this, I did not expect it to be as weirdly hilarious as it was. I mean, there were actually some great dark comedy sprinkled into the mix of things, and it managed to get some great gut-busting laughs out of me. There are some intentionally well-placed jokes, and there are some parts of the movie that were dark, tongue-in-cheek hilarious. As odd as it sounds, the comedy managed to work out very well in this movie. As far as the talent in front of the camera goes, Theo James is the movie's biggest standout by far. Having to play two different characters is a talent by itself, and he does so amazingly well. Even Tatiana Maslany was great as well. When it comes to everyone else, well, let's just say that they're pretty forgettable. It's not the actors' faults by any means, it's just that the fact that the movie doesn't quite work out in their favor. Tonally speaking, I don't think this movie knows what it wants to be. Most of the time it tries to take itself serious as a horror film. Then you have jokes that completely undermine the intensity of most scenes. Honestly, I just wish that they would pick the lane and just stayed in. I like the movie's many jokes, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted more horror out of the movie. When it comes to the writing, it was embarrassing. In typical horror movie cliche fashion, you have some characters that make asinine decisions, the dialogue is atrocious, and it ultimately leaves more questions than answers. To top things off, the ending didn't quite stick the landing, and it was way too abrupt. With all that said, I just think that this movie is just alright. In the end, I'm not really going to remember much about this movie the next day or so because it's pretty forgettable. Overall, The Monkey is a grisly and zany film that is somewhat watchable, but it just doesn't quite bang the drum as great as I hoped to be. As bananas as it may be, this movie could have been so much better. If anything, this movie is about as average as can be. I give this movie a C. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.